Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy Joe Barber. It is Saturday. It's about 8:30. Today is the 27th, maybe. I don't know. But what I do know, it's a beautiful day here in San Antonio, Texas. Clear skies. The weather's right now it's about 58 degrees. Only reason I know is because my mirror is telling me what the temperature is. But I wanted to jump on today and just talk about self-love and just loving yourself, loving who you are and what you represent. I've had to go through a lot of that. I know a lot of the movement right now, like the trend is the self-healing and everybody's about that. I know that's big right now, which is great. Because, yeah, man, there's a lot of trauma that we grew up with that does affect our psyche and throws us off when we make decisions, and we have a lot of emotions that we never really released. But that also comes to show that there's a lot of information that we didn't know about, and we believe certain things about who we are and what we're capable of doing. We are capable of doing so much more. We are very powerful. Our thoughts are powerful. And it sucks because when you understand that, comprehend it, and apply it, you're gonna cut out a lot of the bad food that we eat. I mean, for instance, just by drinking one 20-ounce soda, bro, you have to drink 5 gallons of water to dilute all the sugar and all the chemicals and the acidity that's inside that soda. I'm like, damn, once that resonates in my brain, I'm like, yeah, man, I think I'm not going to drink any more soda. But it's so easy. It's so convenient to drink it. It's everywhere. It's fast foods. You have, when you go to the store, convenience stores, it's so easy to, get a little soda and chug it down, and it makes you feel good. All the sugar and all that stuff in it. You think it makes you feel good. But you have to apply that same logic to things and other foods, of course, but to things that we attach ourselves to and what makes us feel happy for that moment. And then, but you've already done the deed, and it's like, oh damn, I gotta get rid of that. And it's working on your habits, understanding, educating yourself. And I'm from the projects, bro, so I didn't grow up with a lot of good habits. The best habit that we had that I would say that was positive is respect. We respected everybody's mom, dad, grandma, stuff like that, man. Teachers, we respected elders. We grew up like that. Now, that's out the window. So the thing with me, the reason I bring all that up is because I didn't grow up with a lot of good habits. I learned a lot about myself, but I never made the conscious effort to really work on myself and be like, okay, man, to look in the mirror and be like, okay, Joe, these are your bad habits, dude. This is what keeps you in this cycle of always ending up in the same situation with not having enough money, not having enough time to be with your family, not being happy doing the things that I love to do. I love to draw. I love to do art. I love to cut hair, but because it's my occupation, because that's how I make money, I have to do it more often than I would like because I have to pay bills. And that's when it becomes that, when you become attached to it because of the outcome, that's when it starts to suck. Not to say I don't put out quality stuff, because I take pride in everything that I do, but the fact is that when you're not happy, then when you do that and you settle for that and you don't find a way to balance yourself, then it starts to affect your relationships, your friendships, and all this other stuff. And I learned that. So I went through that. So the reason I'm sharing this with anybody out there that wants to learn is because if you're an entrepreneur and you're a barber, or you're whatever you are, stylist, anything that has to do with the hair industry, or in any profession, really, it's like when you're committed to something, I'm all for that. Discipline, all that kind of stuff. But self-care, self-love, all that is important. But the one thing that is not being pushed on social media, you can follow all these gurus about self-healing and love yourself, and then you can love your partner. All that stuff is great, But the one thing that people don't include is God. I'm going to tell you right now, bro, I don't care how much self-healing you do and self-evaluation and all that. God sets the standard. That's where love comes from. God is love. So you can mimic it. You can be good at mimicking it, at mimicking that love. And, well, I love myself and I respect myself and I exclude myself from any toxic relationship or any toxic friendship or any whatever. Identifying it, great. Understanding it, awesome. Applying self-love, that is imperative. But if it's not God's love, it's not going to be fulfilling. I'll tell you right now, man, the life that we're living right now, everything is mimicked. Everything. Look on TikTok. Someone will start a trend. Everybody mimics it. Somebody makes a song. Everybody uses that song. They mimic it. That's what we're being conditioned to think. Then our attention span is getting smaller and smaller. They want us to use 7-second videos. And our attention span is like, oh, you could only lock me up for 7 seconds. And so I'm only making videos for 7 seconds. Then when problems come along, or you have a problem in your relationship with your wife, your spouse, your whoever, your significant other, I promise you, this is another way of division. Because, and this is just my opinion, because at the end of the day, they're going to talk about self-love. You know what I'm saying? To put yourself on the throne. Take care of you. Love you. Know you're worth it. All that. I'm for it. But be careful with it. Because a lot of people want to call themselves kings and queens and all that. Understand. In order to become a king or a queen, you got to come through that bloodline. And you better be connected to the Most High. Because if not, I promise you, you're not going to be ready to sit on that throne. It's not made for you. You got to get right. And you got to keep God centered. I'm telling you, man, I've messed up a lot in my life. I've done a lot of great things. I've experienced my life. I've lived 3 lives, man. From the kids that I grew up with, trust me, man, I've accomplished a lot. Making money, experiencing life, love, traveling, all that stuff, man. I lived enough for 3 lives. But I've messed up a lot too. I've hurt a lot of people along the way. You know, I've used people, I've lied, I've cheated. You know, I fell because I'm human. I'm a man. I make mistakes. And I learn. That's how I learn. And other people learn also, you know. But I never deliberately wanted to do harm to anybody. A lot of times I try to mimic the lifestyle of the music that I would listen to. I would listen to the T.I. and all that, you know, Man and Fresh and, you know, Big Timers. And guess what, man? Around that time, it was all about flexing. Like, we didn't have Instagram like that, but it was about looking like a dope boy, trap star, all that kind of stuff. You had to have the 22s, the 24s, have the, you know, TVs with the system and, you know, gold jewelry, whatever. Living that life, having multiple, you know, girlfriends, not valuing women for the beautiful queens that they are when they're connected to God and respecting themselves and loving themselves. Nah, man, we didn't do that. We're not raised like that. Like, at that time, I'm not saying my parents, I'm saying the music. The music was not raising us to be like the way it was in, you know, in the 90s, where it was all R&B and baby, I love you and I'll do anything for you and all that. And I listened to a lot of R&B, hip hop that was about love, and freestyle music that was about love. And nah, man, the 2000s, it was all about, you know, Nelly. It was all about the Big Timers. It was about all that kind of music, T.I., whatever. But I understand that now that I'm 41 years old, that, man, that music really, and I'm not blaming any of the artists, because a lot of times it's just, you know, you're a product of your environment. But I realize now, like, wow, man, that is like it's a strategy that you can implement. And that strategy is being used on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Straight up. It's crazy. And I see it. So that's why I put this video together, man. Whoever's watching this, you were meant to watch this to understand, like, wow, there is a formula to separate us. Everything. You think about it. Let's be real. Religion separates us. Color separates us. Basketball teams separate us. Football teams, baseball teams. Oh, you like the Yankees? Oh man, the Yankees are bums. You know, blah. I've seen people get killed because someone was a Kobe fan and someone else was a LeBron fan. And even now, you talk bad about LeBron, people want to fight you. You talk bad about, you know, whatever team, people want to fight you. I'm like, bro, LeBron don't care about you. He don't care about me. He don't care about, you know, he don't care about that, man. He's an entertainer. He's not even a basketball player anymore. He's an entertainer. He's here to make money. He's here to make money off of me. He's here to make money off of you. He's here to make money off your kids. Not because he came up with this grand idea, because Nike has this grand idea. At the end of the day, Nike's able to pay LeBron what he gets paid because Nike makes billions and billions and billions of dollars. And they have the sweatshops in China to invest in, to make those billions and billions and billions of dollars. Look how many people are fighting online just to win a pair of shoes. Travis Scott or Nike, Jordans, all that. Like, bro, open your eyes and see that. So if that's the formula, who else is copying and mimicking that formula? So I say all that to say this. If you don't keep God at the center of your life, you don't got to know the whole Bible. You don't got to know you don't got to know all that, man. I'm not telling you that that's all, man. If you don't know that, you're not saved. No, man. It's a gift. Getting into the gates is a gift. If you have to earn it, it's no longer a gift. You just have to trust God. You have to surrender to God and trust God that say, you know what, God, I don't want to live by my terms. I want to live by your terms. And God will open up your eyes to see what's going on. Trust me, man. And the way he does that is he brings people into your life that'll give you information, and he'll draw you to the Bible. He'll draw you to the Bible so you can study. So when you study the truth, you know when the lie comes. But if you study the lie, they'll just keep making more lies up. That's the way it works. You know, and I love to learn about the Bible, the Quran, all the old, everything. I love to learn about it all. I don't discriminate against anybody. I do not like someone because they're Catholic or if because they're, you know, any other religion. I respect every color, every race, every gender. I don't care. We're all humans and we're all under the same sun. We all breathe the same air. We all have the same battles. We all cry. We all feel joy. We all feel pain. You know, some longer than others. And yeah, man, sometimes it's hard to wake up being, you know, a Hispanic male in certain areas. You know, I know there's areas where that's predominantly the people that are being, you know, oppressed. And there's some areas where black people are oppressed very hard, and it's like very racial. And there's some areas where white people are like, you know, just because you're white, oh man, you're this. It's like, and it sucks because, man, that's the division of that evilness. That's the foundation, man. That's the foundation of the separation. But I just wanted to put this video out there and say, look, man, don't fall for the separation. Don't fall for the, you know, like, yes, man, love yourself, respect yourself, take care of yourself, have morals, you know, reevaluate your core values and what you love and what you won't put up with, man, like, and stick to it. Because I know there's a lot of people out here that are being enticed by money, you know, and people will do anything for money because they think money's the answer. And I'll tell you right now, bro, I got money in the bank and I'm still sad about some things that are going on in my life. I can go buy a brand new car right now, bro. I don't care what dealership I go to. I promise you. I can go buy whatever car, Mercedes. I can go buy whatever car I want right now. Now, I'm not saying I'm not going to buy a Lamborghini or nothing like that, but I'm saying like a nice car. I can go do that right now. Like anything under 60 G's, I can go get right now. And I always thought when I got to this position that I'd be happy. I'm proud of, you know, how far I've come, but it doesn't bring that joy, man. You know what brings joy? The people that I love, the people that love me, and me being genuine and me being me, like who I am. A lot of people have taken advantage of my kindness. People have stole money from me. People have turned their back on me. People have used me. People have talked bad about me after everything that I've done for them. But you know what? I realize right now in this present moment is that God used me to be able to be the light for that person. So they can't say that God's never shown them love, because I showed them love for God as an instrument. And we're all instruments. Some people get burnt out, like being that instrument. They get burned out, like, man, I'm tired of doing the right thing. I've had that happen multiple times in my life, where I said, man, God, why are you, like, I'm driving, following the law, not cussing. I'm not, like, I think because I'm upholding the laws, right, of God and man's law. I'm not breaking the law. I'm not speeding. I got my insurance. I'm, got my safety belt on. It makes me feel like, man, I'm doing good for God. And then somebody passes me going, 100 miles an hour. Man, God, get that guy. God, where's the cops at? And like, oh, and that's like, wait a minute. This guy's still at level 2. You're already at level 7 with me. I have to show the same grace that I showed you. I'm showing him right now. And it's like, you cannot be, because you're on your high horse, and that's what happens. That pride will get in us, and we start thinking that it's us. Like, it's always about that story about the donkey when Jesus rides into Bethlehem. The donkey thought everybody was celebrating him, and it's like, no, fool. You're just an instrument that is being used by God. Don't ever get full of yourself, because God will humble you. And that's what happens to a lot of people, but nobody wants to be transparent with that. A lot of barbers, and I love where the industry's at, what I'm saying? Because a lot of my friends are making good money. Shout out to all my homies out there. They know who they are. My boy Pacino's, A-Rod, Los Cut It, Mr. Official. These are all people that I grew up with in the industry. My boy Mark the Barber, he's over here cutting Yeezy's hair. They all do the celebrity stuff, MP, all them, like, all my homies, and I represent Hartford, Texas, and San Antonio, always, no matter what. I've been doing this since 2005, 2006 is when I really came on the scene and was making noise. But the fact is this, dude, like, in this life, you have to be aware of yourself. Self-awareness is important, because what happens is we start changing, because we look at all these YouTube videos, we see Instagram, and we want to be that. We want to be the celebrity. We want to drive the Lamborghini and all that. We think that that's what we want, but doesn't mean you can't get it. I'm just saying, don't get caught up trying to find shortcuts to get to that, because there ain't no shortcuts, bro. You're going to have to take the long route. You're going to have to take the stairs if you want to make it to the top. I promise you, bro. Man, I'm telling you, I done messed up a lot, dude. I have messed up a lot. And that's why I put these videos up, man. That's why I put these videos up, because, oh, they came and tore up our parking lot. But anyway, I just, I'm here at the shop now. So I just wanted to get this video out just for someone to see, man, because I know a lot of people are feeding you a lot of information. Not all of it is genuine. Not a lot of it is true. A lot of it, I feel like, is because it's trending. So people want the clicks, they want the likes, they want the views, and it generates money for them. So manifestation is real, meditation is real, studying, but studying all that kind of stuff, calming your mind, all that, man. I always point people to Dr. Joe Dispenza. Y'all can look him up on YouTube, and you will find a lot of his information. He's on IG. I've bought a lot of his books. I read a lot of his stuff. Bob Proctor, rest in peace. He just passed away. And man, I had just started, studying him about a year ago, and he taught me so much just with his videos and the way he carries himself and all that. But for me, I really want to continue to help people realize the truth, what the truth is. And the truth is understanding God's truth first, understanding God's love first, before we start preaching like, oh man, love yourself and love who you are. No, man. Let's remember that. That's how Lucifer was created. Lucifer was created because of that. He loved himself so much, he wanted to be God. Let's not forget that. And I feel like that happens a lot on social media. They're preaching, love yourself. And when you're happy, then the next person will be like, no, that's true. You need to love yourself. But don't love yourself more than you love God. Because I promise you, man, that's what's in my spirit. That's what God allowed me to see. And I'm just sharing it. This is my opinion. This is my experience. You know, I'm not hating on nobody else's practice. I'm not doing none of that. I just keep it real. I'm transparent on what I'm going through right now in my life. That's why I make these little videos, because in this present time, that's what's going on in my life. This is what I'm doing. I can give you game. I can help you be a better barber. I can teach you how to fade. I can teach you how to do designs. But there's thousands of people teaching you that already. Everybody's doing it because they want the subscriptions. They want the likes. They want to generate money, and more power to them. But I want to keep it real, man. My job is not to get the likes from man. My job is to glorify God and fulfill my purpose. And that's my job. And I might not get compensated with man's money, but as long as I'm fulfilling my purpose and it's making God happy, that's all that I want. That's all that I want to live. You know, whether I have to sacrifice time, money, energy, whatever it is, man, I want to live my life righteous. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I still fall, you know, but I'm very aware of what I'm doing, my surroundings, who I'm surrounding myself with. And I'm quick to, I don't mind staying home on a Friday or a Saturday, or I don't need to be out and about, you know, doing things, unless it's with someone that I love, or someone that I enjoy spending time with. And not even that, like, I don't want to surround myself with people that are, you know, like, not on the same kind of path as me. And that's just what it is, man. Like, I want peace, and I want to be clear around myself, whether it's my family, my friends, whoever. I just keep my circle small, man. It's not about the money. It's not about anything like that. It's more about protecting what's around. It's like, you know, it's like you got to make, when you do a diet, you cut off all the bad carbs and the bad this and the bad. It's the same thing spiritually. I'm just cutting out all the BS, man. I cut that out. And if people want to be around me, people that care about me, they're going to do what they got to do to get right with me and get right with God and get right with themselves and all that. And that's what I want for myself. I want to be right with anybody that I love, anybody that I care about. Because in my life, man, I'm telling you, I've experienced a lot of great things. People have sacrificed time, money, energy to help me be where I'm at. And God allowed those people to come into my life. And that's who gets the credit. That's who gets the glory. I'm opening my school. I'm still waiting, but God is opening huge doors. I don't want to say too much because I don't like, you know, making my moves, you know, unless once they happen, then I announce them. But God has opened some huge doors for me. And it's like, even though I got the money to do what I want, I'm still going to stick to the plan. The plan is to open my school, not only to teach people how to be barbers, how to be a professional barber, but how to be an instrument to be used by God. And that's what I want people to realize, man. We're all just an instrument that God uses. And that's what my school's going to teach. I'm going to teach you how to cut hair, how to be a professional, how to respect yourself, how to love yourself. We're going to deal with some trauma. We're going to deal with a lot of the misinformation that we've been fed, whether it's having to do with your taxes, whether to do with financial literacy, whether you've never grew up with a father or you didn't have respect for yourself or other people. Nah, bro, we cutting all that out. And we're going to have something in place that's going to help you realize why you were put on this earth. And our mantra here is like my boy Andy Mineo says, man, it's like, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And that's what my mantra is for my school. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And that's just the same thing that we have to do for God. You got to stay ready for God. Because then when God says it's time, you can't be, oh, let me get ready. Ain't no time. There's no time for that. You got to stay ready. Stay vigilant. Stay on the path. Y'all stay blessed and y'all stay faded.